welcome back. Happy Vlogmas day 5 or 6, not sure which one yet. So today is going to be going over this holiday look, and even better, it is all drugstore products. So I'm going to walk you through a lot of these are my favorite just everyday drugstore products, and then some that are not necessarily from the drugstore, but they're really affordable pricing, from Colourpop, Sephora collection, that kind of thing. So I'm going to walk you guys through how to get a good glam look this holiday season, and if that is... Hi guys! So we are going to go ahead and jump into the makeup. I'm going to put my hair back, and we're going to jump into this drugstore holiday look. So starting off with primer. I have been super into this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is like a dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas, which is much more expensive. This is $8. I actually just finished my first little pot of it, and this is my second. Brand new. Look at that. It's nice. So I'm just going to put that all over my face. Did I say this was $8? I don't remember if I said that. So really affordable. I think this would be really good, especially if you have drier skin. I tend to have kind of like combination normal to slightly oily skin in the winter. In the summer I'm definitely more oily, but this is a really good just like smoothing primer. It's not going to really fill your pores or do anything crazy. It might help a little bit with oil production in your T-zone, but it's not going to do anything crazy as far as mattifying, but it's just a really nice smoothing primer to just put all over your face just to kind of make for a really good base. Okay, so then I'm going to jump into my favorite drugstore foundation, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible Freshwear, 24-hour Freshwear. I am in the color 445, and so this is like, I would say, a very lightweight foundation. It is, I would say, high medium, if not full coverage. I think this is just a super great option for just about any skin type, honestly. Like I said, I'm kind of combination, have a little bit more normal / oily skin, and it works great for me. I could see where it would definitely be great for oily skin and even dry skin because it's not super mattifying. I think it has a really nice, like what I would call a satin or like a more natural finish. And it has really good coverage, so I have been loving this since summer, and in the summer my skin gets oily, so the fact that I can wear this in the summer and in the winter just tells me that it's a really good foundation, just an all-around good foundation. Hopefully the lighting is okay. It just got like really dark outside. Oh god, it's like foggy now. It was like super sunny this morning and beautiful out, and then I have been having so many issues with, okay, story time quick, while we're blending. So I got the new 11 Pro iPhone, and for those of you that don't like do photography or like YouTube, Canon has an app. I use a Canon camera, and Canon has an app called the Camera Connect, and it's an app where you can connect through your camera's Wi-Fi, and you can do like a live, you can basically see what you're filming on your phone. So like right now my camera's several feet in front of me. I can't really get a good view of the viewfinder. So it's nice to use my phone for that, plus you can stop and start it on your phone instead of having to get up and, turn it off. I know it sounds like first world problems, but it is really convenient, and, it's easier to check if you're in focus. That's my big thing, is I like making sure I'm in focus. And you can change, the aperture level, shutter speed, your temperature, your Kelvin, stuff like that. So just, it's really convenient to be able to have it on your phone, like right in front of you, instead of having to get up and adjust all those things, because I do everything myself. I don't have a team or like an assistant or anything, just me. So anyway, so I got the new 11 Pro, and it is not registering on my phone that it like won't connect to my camera's Wi-Fi basically. So I have been trying for the last like hour and a half to try and connect to it, and it's just not working. So don't mind me if I'm like looking in the viewfinder. I've been having issues with my camera not staying in focus, and to the point where I've had to refilm videos like for Vlogmas and stuff. So I am probably going to be occasionally looking in the screen. What's that called? the viewfinder. Thank you. Wow, brain fart. So anyway, back to the makeup. Okay, I think we are good on foundation. This color is probably like a little bit too dark when I bring it down my neck, but it's not terrible. I could probably go up a shade lighter, but really good all-around foundation if you're looking for a good drugstore option, especially if you like more full coverage. As you can see, it has like a little bit of sheen, but I think it does set down, and I always set my foundation with a powder, so it's not like a huge deal that it does have a little bit of shine on there. I just cannot say enough about this foundation. It's so good and it's so affordable that I honestly don't think you can beat it. So good. Okay. Next, we're on to concealer, and I don't always use concealer. Honestly, I don't love the look of like super bright under eyes. I use it more as like an added coverage type thing, and then as like an eyelid primer. But e.l.f. came out with this 16-hour camo concealer. Holy heckin' bob, you guys. This is like, I'm pretty sure this is like $4, maybe $6, don't quote me, but this has got to be the best concealer that I've ever used. And granted, I've never tried like Shape Tape, I've never tried, you know, the Laura Mercier or like any of those like more high-end concealers, but this is amazing and it's so cheap. Like a lot of like makeup products, like eyeshadow and foundation, I can justify spending a lot of money, but things like concealer and like mascara, eyeliner, like things like that, like I personally cannot justify spending a lot of money. This concealer is amazing though, and definitely give it a try. I just picked mine up at Target. I would imagine it's available online, but I just use it kind of under my eyes a little bit, because this is where, like right on like the apples of my cheeks, that's where I tend to lose coverage first in my foundation. So I just kind of add it there, and then obviously covering any, you know, dark circles, which I don't have a ton of dark circles. My problem is more like I don't get all my mascara off from the night before, so it's more just like covering that up. And then I go ahead and add it on my eyelids. Missy. Shh. My dog is chewing on a bone. It's very loud. Hey, 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 come here. Come here. Can you not do that right now? You've been sleeping for the past 2 hours while I've been having issues. And now you want to chew on your bone? Yeah? Can you just lay down and be a good girl? Life of having a dog. Okay, so then I'm just going to take this Eco Tools little mini sponge and just blend that out. I don't think I said with my foundation, I apply the foundation with a brush, with a flat top kabuki brush. This is an IT Cosmetics brush. Oh my god, I cannot talk. This is an IT Cosmetics brush, which is not drugstore, but I know e.l.f. has really good brushes. If you do want one, you know, Morphe, if you want to consider that drugstore. I just find that I think it applies, the coverage is better with a brush. I do use it with a sponge occasionally, you know, depending on how I'm feeling, but I think the brush just gives it better coverage and more lasting coverage. And then if I do have any like brush strokes that are coming through the foundation, I will just go ahead and like smooth over it with a sponge, with a wet sponge. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out. So I use the color, or the shade Medium Peach, which to me, this is definitely not a medium shade. Like if I would have just been ordering this online based off of the color name, I would have expected it to be super dark, but honestly, I feel like this is super light, and on camera it's showing up a little bit lighter, honestly, than it is in person because I have my ring light on. But this is just a really, really good like everyday concealer that definitely has full coverage, but it doesn't look super cakey either. At least I don't find that it does, as long as you don't like layer on the powder afterwards. Speaking of powder, let's go ahead and get into that. This one is probably no surprise that I use the Coty Airspun. However, I'm actually going to mix it with a little bit of this e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. Wow, I am using like a lot of e.l.f. products today. They are stepping up their game, guys. I'm telling you. Even with the packaging, like this looks kind of bougie. Like, you know, this looks like, I love the doe foot on their concealer. Like, all right, I see you, e.l.f. I see you. Okay, so I'm going to use this pressed powder where I just used my concealer. I find that pressed powder tends to not look as cakey on me when I'm, you know, using a full coverage foundation, concealer, and powder. I like to use this because since I do get an oily T-zone, it just kind of keeps me from looking too cakey throughout the day. And then I'm using a flat top powder kabuki brush. This is a BH Cosmetics one, so that's, you know, another affordable option. So I'm just going to use this kind of in my T-zone. And then now I'm going to go in with a fluffier powder brush to apply the Coty Airspun. And that I'm just going to take a little bit and just kind of fluff it over to avoid, just because I don't need a ton of, you know, oil. If you guys have any good drugstore powders, let me know, because powders and bronzers, I have been on the lookout for a new bronzer and I just cannot seem to find one that's like a good color. Most of them seem super orangey, and like I'll touch on that when I get to bronzer. Okay, let's just hold the phone here. But yes, if you have good drugstore setting powders that you love, please comment below, because I'm always on the lookout for good affordable products. What do we want to do next? Let's do whatever. Let's jump into bronzer. So I was talking about drugstore bronzer. I always use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's just, you can't go wrong. You know, it's a great color, both the regular bronzer and the deep bronzer. This one is deep bronzer, so I'm actually going to switch brushes here. This is an e.l.f. brush. I forget, let's see what it's called. This is the bronzing brush. Oh, fitting. So I actually used their old version of this brush and then just got a new one not too long ago, and I just love it. It's like a nice, like slim, you know, angled contour brush, and it's got really soft bristles, and I just find it works really well for like contouring. My biggest thing with bronzer is I feel like, I don't know if it's my face or the products I'm using or like the way I'm applying it, I feel like it's really easy to look kind of muddy on me. Like it just doesn't blend as nicely. So this brush is really nice because it's a little bit more precise than like a big fluffy brush would be. So I'm just going to apply that as a little light contour. If you're going for a little bit more of a glam look, I definitely think you should contour, because it just gives you that little chiseled effect, and I think it makes a big difference. And I'm going to do a little bit on my nose and my forehead. So when I was talking about looking for drugstore bronzers, probably my first contour kit that I purchased, and now I'm going to go back in with just the bronzer shade. My first contour kit was the Ulta contour and highlighting kit, and there is a shade in there, and I believe it's just called Golden Bronzer. It's like the medium shade, and that is literally to date my favorite contour color, bronzer color. It's great. It's a really pretty, like a little bit more ashy but not super ashy. So I was hoping they would have that just on its own, because I don't really use the other colors in the palette. I don't use the highlighters. They're awful. No offense. They're terrible. And then there is one more bronzer shade that I can use, but it's kind of orangey, and there's like a super dark one that's like too dark. I'll use it if I'm desperate, but so anyway, I was hoping that they had that just in its own shade, but they don't. And I am super nervous to buy a bronzer and then have it be like super orange, so I tend to just stick with what I know with the Physicians Formula. So if you guys have any good like more ashy tone, not like super ashy toned, but not orange, either like the more red tone or ashy tone bronzers from the drugstore, please let me know. Help a girl out. Because that's probably the thing I struggle with most when it comes to drugstore makeup. So I'm going to bake this contour a little bit, because on camera it's making me self-conscious. It looks a little muddy, so let's just go under here. Ooh, chisel it out. Alright, we'll let that sit. And I'm going to jump into, I think I'm going to do my brows now, and then I'll jump into eyeshadow. For brows, what do we got here? I have these. I've been using this for a while. I think I've used this in a couple of videos. The Precision Brow Pencil from NYX. I use the color Espresso. I've probably mentioned this before, but typically, I mean, this is my natural brow color, you guys. I have really dark brows, even though I'm naturally a blonde. I mean, I'm more like dirty blonde, very dirty blonde now, but this is my natural color. So I have very cool tone brows, and I cannot stand red toned brow products on me. They look terrible, and that has always been like an issue, you know, when I'm getting my hair colored. Like, I need my roots to be ashy because I have ashy eyebrows, I have ashy eyelashes, like everything is just ashy on me. So I always go for Espresso, which is a very dark shade, but it just works with my brow tone. I would say if you are a blonde and you have blonde eyebrows, don't necessarily go for a really dark brow unless you have dark brow hairs. I just so happen to have dark brows, so it works. But sometimes it can look real harsh, you know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. I mean, do what you want to do, but just watch out. Watch out. I don't really spend a lot of time on my brows just because they're thick and crazy the way they are, and, you know, I can only do so much. So that's kind of what I do. Just real simple, easy breezy. And then I have been using the e.l.f. Wow Brow. Take a shot every time I say I'm using an e.l.f. product. Maybe don't do that. The Wow Brow, and also in these, actually I don't know what shade it is. Deep brown, so not Espresso. But this is just like a tinted brow gel with fibers in it. I don't know if you guys can see that. And this is an okay product. It's not my favorite brow gel. If you do want an affordable brow gel, Sephora collection actually has a really great one, and I want to say it's either $8 or $12. It's at Sephora, so it's not technically drugstore, but it's drugstore pricing, and it's really good. Sephora collection actually has some amazing products. I would love to, that should be my goal for 2020, is to try out more of the Sephora collection products, because the ones I've used are really good, and I've heard really good things about like their foundation. I love their brow gel, and I've also tried, I'm actually currently using their cleansing oil, cleansing oil, and I've also used their cleansing balm, and those are all really good. So I would love to, I think that'll be my goal for next year, is to just try out a bunch of Sephora collection products. Maybe I'll do one big video or something trying them out and seeing what I think, because I know they have skincare and they have beauty products as well. They also have like hair products, so it'd be good, like a good like segmented series to do like all these different Sephora collection products, because I've heard good things and I've only tried a couple, but all the things I've tried I've really liked, so it's pretty good record if you ask me. Okay, so brows are done. I'm going to jump into eyes. So this is a Colourpop palette that I've had for a while. It is the, what is this called? Double Entendre. Okay, so here are the palette colors. So this is a really good like everyday palette. I find myself digging into this a lot when I'm just getting ready for work. So I'm going to do the Scotch tape trick as always. When I'm going for more of a glam look, I definitely like to use this just because it does give the effect of a winged, you know, the winged eyeshadow. But your girl can't do a wing to save her life. So that's why I use this. So then I just put it in, kind of line it up with the shape of my eye. Oh, this one's a little crazy. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with, what do we want to do today? I'm probably going to stick to more of the neutral like browns and creams, because I'm going to go for more of a bold lip. So we're just going to stick with a little bit more neutral on the eyes and see how it goes. Okay, so there is the crease. I actually kind of like that. I might not even deepen it up too much. This was the shade, oh gosh, the shade names are on the back. Send Noodles. Oh, I've never looked at these shade names. That's so cute. Send Noodles. And Nip Slip are the colors. So that was these two. Oh gosh. these two here. Oh my god, Send Noodles. I freaking love that name. Why have I never noticed? Okay, so the shade names are Locked and Loaded, Uninhibited, Hot Bod, Flasher, Naked, Extracurricular, Hard, Draft, Keep It PG, Nip Slip, Send Noodles, and Teddy Bear, like B-A-R-E. So cute. I never looked at those. Okay, so next, this is one of my like all-time favorite shades. This Teddy Bear shade right here. So that's like a really pretty shimmer shade. It's like a champagne. That is like my go-to shimmer shade when I'm doing eyeshadow. So I'm going to put that all over the lid. You know, we're going a little more glam today. And then I'm going to go in with my finger and just press that on to make it a little bit more shimmery. That's a good tip if you guys don't know. If you're going for, because a lot of times when you're using a brush, it kind of like dulls the shimmer a little bit in sparkly shadows. So if you use your finger or a wet brush, like a wet eyeshadow brush, it makes it pop a little more. Ooh, so pretty and so simple. Cute. Okay. So then I'm going to go and take the tape off and I'm going to do a little bit of shadow underneath. Let's go back in. I'm going to go back in with the Send Noodles. Oh, I just love that shade name, you guys. I can't get over it. Okay, where is my brush? I'm going to use this little Real Techniques brush and just go along my lower lash line and try to not make a ridiculous face while I do it. So there's kind of like a rule of thumb, I guess. People have always said, like, if you're going to do a bold lip, like, go lighter on the eyes. I mean, I personally say, like, do whatever the heck you want to do, but I'm actually giving it a try today. Well, when I say go light on the eyes, I mean, like, don't do, like, a black smoky eye. Your girl's still going to wear some lashes and some liner, but, you know, we're taking one step at a time. So, jumping into liner. This is like, I will probably never use another liner in my life, honestly. This is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner in black. It's just so good. So good. So I'm going to put this on and I'm probably going to fast forward through this because it ain't going to be pretty. I'll do that and then I will be right back and we will jump into mascara and lashes and highlighter and lips. What else can we jump into? Okay. Be right back. Okay, so mascara. This is a first timer for me. I have never bought an Essence mascara, and I saw Tati talk about, I think she did a video on like top drugstore products, like the top 5 products for every drugstore brand or something like that, and she talked about Essence's mascaras and said how good they were. So I bought the Lash Princess mascara. That's what it looks like. It kind of has like grippy like purple stuff on it, and the brush is like a curved, really nice brush. You guys can see. So I'm going to put this on my lashes before I put on some falsies. So there is mascara. I think this is a really good job. I was looking for like a new mascara because I've been using the L'Oreal Lash or L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise for probably the last like year, and I love that mascara, but they definitely like upped the price a lot. And I'm like, okay, let's see if we can find a cheaper version, or a cheaper, not a cheaper version, but like let's just see like how these Essence ones are, because like I said, I heard Tati talk about it, and so I have been really liking this one. I also got another one, I think it's called like Falsies or something. Don't like that one as much. That one might be because of the brush. It's just a very straight brush and it's a pretty wet formula, so that one I'm not so sure on yet, but we'll see. This one's really good though, and it's like $4, I think, maybe $7. It's under 10 for sure. So let's go ahead and I'm going to blend out this beak a little bit, see if that helped. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, then we are going to jump into highlight, and then we'll put on lashes and lips. So highlight. This is kind of a cult favorite. This is Spoon, or I'm sorry, not Spoon. This is Flexitarian from Colourpop. Okay, next we have highlighter. So this is the Flexitarian highlighter Super Shock Cheek from Colourpop. This is a really good highlighter formula, especially for the price. It's kind of like it's so fun to just like play with because it's kind of like spongy, but also that means you have to be really careful that you put the lid on tightly because these guys dry out really quick. I don't know why, I just used my finger. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this Real Techniques brush and just put that on my cheekbones. This is a very, very blinding highlight. So I actually prefer the shade Spoon in the Super Shock Cheek. Say that 3 times fast. I dare you. I dare you. So I prefer the shade Spoon. It's a little bit more like golden, like neutral, whereas this is very like silvery, but we're going for a little more of a glam look today, so I guess it's fitting. This one's very bright. It's good in the winter. In the summer, I cannot wear this. Like if I have any kind of tan, it's just too like silvery, and I don't love that. I also have very yellow toned skin, so like it's so crazy. I was just watching over footage of Jonathan and I filmed our like a Christmas Q&A, and sitting next to him, I literally look jaundiced because I'm so yellow and he has like more red toned skin. So stay tuned for that one. I think that'll be the last video of Vlogmas. That's a super fun video though. I had a really good time filming it. So that was fun, but like literally I look sickly in that video. My skin tone is so yellow. So anyway, so this is really blinding. If you have a more cool toned skin or really fair, this would be super good for you. But I mean, I'm not super fair and it still works for me. So really good option, really affordable. Love, love this formula. Okay, let's jump into lashes. So I have the I have the Double Up lashes from Ardel. This is 207. These are really thick and long. So like I said, we're going a little glam today, you know. It's Sunday when I'm recording this, so it's a little much for a Sunday, but work with me here, okay? I just use the Duo brush on glue with the green lettering. I'm not sure if this is what it is or if I just have kind of sensitive eyes, but I have noticed that my right eye specifically has been watering like crazy when I wear lashes lately, and just kind of in general. So I don't know if I'm like sensitive to a product that I'm using. Does that mean I'm changing it? No, but you know, I just thought I'd tell you. Just crazy, crazy. Okay, so with this lash glue, I don't like waiting a long time to let it dry. So I'm going to put these on and then I will be right back to jump into lips. Okay, so here are the lashes. They are big and beautiful. These are probably some of my favorite lashes from Ardel. Very dramatic. I think these would be super pretty for like a wedding or like pictures or anything. They're definitely not everyday lashes. I mean, but if that's your thing, that's your thing. Okay, I'm not judging. Okay, so let's jump into the lips. So, because it's Vlogmas, I figured we'd go with red lip. I never wear red lips. Personally, I think it looked a little funky on me. Just because of the shape of my lips. I feel like I have kind of thin lips and it's just not the best look for me, but I'm doing it for you guys. Okay, you're welcome. But I wanted to give you guys some good drugstore red lip options that work really well and are affordable. So for liner, I am using the NYX Retractable Lip Liner. These are just really good. I think I have a couple of these. Just a self-sharpening liner, and I'm going to line my lips. So there's the liner, and then I have two options for liquid lipstick. I think if you're going red, it's definitely smarter to do a liquid lip versus a cream because it's going to last longer. Red tends to get super like patchy if it's just a cream and it's not going to stay, it's not going to last. So I definitely would recommend a liquid lipstick if you're going to do red. So here I have the NYX Liquid Suede liquid lipstick in the shade Cherry Sky. So this is more of like a deep like burgundy. And then I have the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit, which is a super, super good formula, super comfortable. I think this one probably matches my liner a little bit better, so I might go with this one. This is more of a true red. This is Missy and Fierce is the color. Let's see. Yeah, this one's gonna be more vampy, which is not really my style. I'm very much a neutral lip girl. I love a nude lip. So this is definitely not my favorite look, but doing it for the tube, guys. Doing it for the tube. Okay, gonna put this on and then I will show you guys the finished look. Okay guys, here is the finished look. So this is my kind of version for a little bit of a simple holiday glam. I think just big lashes and red lips is always a good kind of staple go-to around the holidays. Really makes a statement. It's definitely not something that I wear on a day-to-day basis, so I think it's a fun time to just kind of do something a little bit different and something very glam. So this is the look, guys. Drugstore holiday glam look. I hope you guys liked it. Subscribe for more Vlogmas. We are halfway through, I think, at this point. Got another couple weeks left to go. Oh god, my eye is also watering like crazy from these lashes. But yes, we are about halfway through Vlogmas, so we are still going strong. It's been super, super fun, you guys. I'm having so much fun doing this. I'm glad I decided to do the 12 days instead of the full 25 or 31 days. 12 is just the right amount. I don't feel overly stressed. I'm having a really good time filming it, so really glad I decided to, you know, jump on board and do it this year. So subscribe for more Vlogmas, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.